for the record, these videos, they are like really dark. Okay, they talk about these serious topics that are like super dark. Okay, like so just a cut trigger warning in the beginning. Okay.
I find it a little bit strange that you're not upset.
Well, I'm being accused, which is, anyways, like I said, I reserve the right to remain silent. So.
No, okay, that's okay, but I just find it strange that you're not upset by all what's going on right now.
I find it very strange to be in this situation.
You
so
do?
I don't know what to think of it. I'm just trying to stay calm. So.
Why do you use the word strange?
Right now, like I said, I'm just staying calm and I'm waiting for it to go to court tomorrow and following my lawyer's advice. That's it.
But do you believe what I told you?
No, I don't believe what you're saying to me, so.
Okay, you don't believe me.
No. So.
What do you believe?
Just reserving my right to remain silent.
I'm just asking you, what do you believe?
What I believe.
Which is?
Like I said, I'm here right now, and
do you believe?
Go to court,
Do you believe that your daughters are alive?
Monkus.
These were the school lunchboxes of 9-year-old Amanda and 8-year-old Sabrina DeVito. They were packed by their grandmother Teresa in the early morning hours of March 31st, 2009, the last Tuesday before the Easter holidays. Little did Teresa know she would find these lunchboxes 9 hours later exactly as she left them, and then go on to discover the lifeless bodies of her 2 granddaughters in the family playroom. Their mother, 43-year-old Adele Sorella, was nowhere to be seen. She had left a voicemail for her brother Luigi that afternoon, essentially stating that she was suicidal and for him to come to the house immediately. Luigi called his brother and mother right away, all of whom drove to Adele's residence in Laval, Quebec, arriving at roughly 4:30 p.m. to make a tragic discovery.
Dude.
Detective Francois Delisle arrived at the scene roughly 20 minutes after the paramedics, and the 2 children were already pronounced dead. The Laval police would then launch a murder investigation with the primary objective of finding Adele, the prime suspect, and investigators speculated over both the method and motive for the homicides. The conjecture was that the girls had most likely been poisoned, and the reason for their murder being what is known as spousal revenge filicide. The term is used in forensic psychology for when a parent kills one or more of their own children as a means of exacting revenge upon their spouse or partner. Adele's husband at the time was 42-year-old Giuseppe DeVito, a well-known member of the Rizzuto crime family in Montreal. He had been on the run from police for over 4 years at the time, wanted for coordinating a failed drug operation in January of...
Real quickly. Yes, let's take a child's life to get revenge on your mean boyfriend.
2005. He attempted to smuggle over 200 kilograms of cocaine into Canada from Haiti, which was essentially his retirement plan. But the RCMP had other plans, as intelligence was gathered about the shipment and the drugs were seized upon arrival. Giuseppe went into hiding at the start of 2005, but the authorities knew he was still in regular contact with his wife, and even met up with her and his daughters on several occasions. But according to reports, all contact from his end abruptly ceased at the very start of 2009, 3 months before his children were murdered. Adele was located at 3 a.m. on April 1st, roughly 15 hours after the investigation was launched. She had crashed into a utility pole on a rural roadway in eastern Laval. The force of the collision caused serious damage to the driver's side of her car, but Adele sustained no injuries. An accident scene investigator...
So wait, did this chick just go insane and like kill her children, then like like just have like a fucking mental trip for 15 hours where she crashed into a fucking pole?
Would later
Like just went
testify that the crash
insane
was
and
most
just
likely deliberate. The suspect was initially taken to the hospital
deliberate.
under police supervision, where
So
she
she did on
remained for
purpose.
9 hours. She was then handcuffed and taken to the Laval Police Department, where her interrogation commenced at exactly 7 p.m. The segment of footage released by the Crown Attorney's Office starts 40 minutes into the procedure, and what makes this one of the more fascinating interrogations is the detective's approach and how he goes about trying to achieve his objective. What we know is
Oh, we
that
got
he
a cool
initially
detective.
discussed the car accident with a suspect and double-checked she was without physical injury. They then briefly discuss hospital food and hospitals in general, all essentially small talk for the purpose of rapport development. At around minute 25, she was informed that her 2 children were dead and that she was under arrest for first-degree murder. She was read her rights and given the choice to speak with an attorney, which she accepted, and was then taken to another room where she got legal advice over the phone for roughly 15 minutes. She was then brought back to the interrogation room and was asked if she wanted any water. She refused and then stated she was invoking her right to remain silent. In Canada, the suspect is well within their right not to answer questions, yet this doesn't confine the interrogator from asking questions. They can essentially press for as long as they want, and if the suspect is coaxed out of silence, anything that gets divulged is still admissible in court.
I find it a little bit strange
Oh, that's kind of cool though.
that you're not upset.
I'm here right now, and
Do you
I wanna go to court and that's it.
do you believe that your daughters are alive?
Yes. So
But
I'm staying calm.
I have the regret to inform you that they're dead. Both of them.
No, they're not.
Jesus Christ.
That's why you're not upset.
I told you I'm staying calm.
Yeah,
And
but
everything will be fine.
and
All right,
not
let's just say, like hypothetically, that she didn't kill her daughters. I mean, clearly she did, right? Let's just say she didn't. Why on earth would the police arrest you for first-degree murder and tell you that your children are dead? Like, what do they have to gain for that? Like, what do they have to gain from that at all? Just hypothetically, let's say she didn't do it, right? And she thinks this is all a big misunderstanding, and this is all gonna just, blow over, blah blah blah. What does she have to gain from this? From not
only
believing
that
them?
they are deceased, both of them, but you are under arrest for killing them.
No, I'm not under arrest.
Look, I'm their mother, so
I know. That's why it's so difficult.
The detective has now abandoned the more common strategies of reframing and rapport development. He is no longer trying to be the suspect's friend, nor is he trying to downplay the crimes. He instead initiates a continuous psychological barrage that attacks every aspect of Adele's character, and this persists for almost 5 hours. Under different circumstances,
5
his behavior would be
hours?
considered harassment or even abuse. Yet the detective executes his strategy in a manner so passive that any assertions of malpractice or intimidation will hold little to no weight in court. He maintains a very calm disposition, yet manages to
5
superimpose a
hours?
highly disparaging tone at the same time. He's able to apply a remarkable amount of psychological pressure in the absence of aggression. The simple reason for this strategy is to precipitate fatigue. Mentally exhausted suspects are more susceptible to suggestion and less likely to think rationally. In other words, their ability to consider the long-term consequences of a decision will be significantly limited.
Everybody's gonna think that you couldn't bear the fact that they would be happy without you. They're gonna say that, and that's why you killed them.
Jesus.
So what's gonna come? There's gonna be a lot of disapprobation on what you did, and a lot of misunderstanding, and a lot of anger.
Yo, what's going on, Karu? How you doing, baby?
You're gonna have to face that. I'm just warning you in advance.
Jesus Christ,
have
dude.
to keep
5
focused
hours. And
On
that's
the
a
reason why you did it.
holy shit, a 5-hour interrogation basically.
This is your strength. You disagree?
Oh, you know, just watching in interrogations with of people that murdered their children. You
You
know, the
do
normal.
disagree. You're difficult to read, but now you disagree with what I'm saying. Why? You can tell me. Don't be afraid.
Oh, okay, that kind of that was kind of creepy. Don't
Go
be
ahead,
afraid.
man.
You can tell me.
I know.
3
But
hours
there's
and
one thing
20
that we need an
minutes.
explanation on.
The
Oh,
use of crime scene photographs is perhaps the most recognized procedure with regard to
Jesus
interrogations. It's a
Christ.
strategy used to gauge a suspect's response,
Maybe they
especially if
cranked
the
too much
images being
90s,
presented
probably.
are of a gruesome nature, and even more so if the victims are personally connected to the suspect. The sharp and sudden manner in which they are often presented is done so a suspect is caught off guard, and this is thought to make it much harder for them to fabricate emotion in a convincing manner. It's a highly effective technique, and the following segment of footage was presented by the prosecution at Adele's trial 3 times, once during the opening statement and twice during the closing argument.
Jesus.
You need to explain this.
Oh, you can like see it kind
Let
of.
me talk to my lawyer.
Look at that. This is the truth. These are your daughters. Something brought you to do that to them.
That's fucked up, man.
How can we explain this? How is it possible that you brought your brother to see this? You send it home, knowing you will find this. Why weren't you there?
Dude, what a disgusting human being, dude.
How can you explain that this could happen? What in your life brought you to that? We have to explain this. Look at that. You gave them life. You brought them up. They trusted you.
Yeah, for real. This motherfucker is crazy. 4 hours and 25 minutes? Oh my god, dude.
You want to say something?
4 hours and 25 minutes
I'm still listening.
No,
interrogation.
I don't want to say anything.
That's how long it's been going on for.
Okay.
I don't believe that's them on the floor.
What? Shut the fuck up, dude.
Sorry? Did you say that? You don't believe that's them on the floor?
Dude, I didn't hear it. Listen to the interrogator.
Sorry?
He's
Did you
like,
say that?
what
You
the
don't
fuck did
believe
you
that's
just
them on the
say?
floor?
Look, can we just look crazy looking people up?
To see them like that, yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay. Who do you believe it is?
Like Google just crazy looking people?
No, tell me. Let's play that game.
No, I'm not.
Oh, like, oh, lock
That's
them up.
not them
Sorry,
on the floor.
I have
Okay.
fucking terrible eyesight.
You
Lock
took
them
what?
up.
Actors?
No, cause
I'm
some
gonna-
crazy people are cool though.
Think of my kids as I choose to think of my kids.
And you see them all.
I just want to go back to myself.
Okay, but we took actors to do that? Is that what you think? We put them on your living room floor? Same build, same hair, same face? And said, pretend you're dead? Is that what you're saying?
Dude, I
I'm
just
not saying anything.
I
Yeah,
don't get her like attack. Like I don't get what her like move is here. Like, does she just think if she just denies that that's really them, that's just gonna like make it all better? Like she's gonna get away with it? Like what? That I can't. I just can't.
don't
I
believe
can't
that's them on the
fathom
floor.
how incompetent you need to be to try to get away with this.
You said that.
I'm not saying anything.
Did you look at those pictures? Didn't you recognize Sabrina and Amanda? Wanna take another look?
I don't want to see any pictures
Okay.
of that.
But you're not serious when you say I don't believe there's them on the floor.
I just want to go back to my cell.
I know that. Do you know what day it is today? Do you know what day it is
Charles
today?
Manson made more sense than her. Who's Charles Manson?
I
Sounds
don't
really
need to say
familiar.
anything.
Do you know what day it is today?
Yes.
Tell me.
April 1st, bro.
I'm just gonna go back.
What day?
She's gonna say it's April 1st. He's gonna be like, April Fool's, bitch. It was just kidding. It was all props. We got you. The hidden camera's right there. You can get out of here.
It is today. What is it? You don't know.
I don't want to see any of that stuff.
No, I'm not showing you anything. I'm just asking you, do you know what day we are today?
Yes, I do know what day we are.
Okay, tell
I'm
me.
not answering anything.
Okay, because you don't know.
Like I said, you can say what
No,
you want.
he sounds really familiar though.
I'm not gonna answer anything.
Today is the 1st of April. And you seem to think it's April Fool's Day.
Kind of called it. They're gonna get enough points for mod. I wasted them. I wasted them all on the
You
wet
believe what
farts.
you
That
want.
is true. Hey, man. You gotta spend your money wisely, you know?
The suspect, for the most part, stuck by her lawyer's advice and refused to give any sort of admission to the alleged crimes. However, she still chose to engage at certain points, and her lack of reactive emotion during these moments was later used to argue both voluntary detachment and lack of remorse, as well as drive home the notion that her conduct was not due to mental illness, but by cause of her corrupt and calculated endeavor for revenge, which she was willing to attain by any means necessary. After nearly 6 years on the run, police tracked down Giuseppe DeVito in October of 2010. He had been living under an alias in St. Leonard, Montreal, and had considerably altered his appearance by shedding weight. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, which he was made to serve at the maximum security Donnacona institution.
Please tell
On
me
the 8th
they
of
take him
May
into
2013,
thing.
he testified at the murder trial of his wife and expressed what appeared to be genuine remorse over not having been there for his family. Reports stated that he held himself fully responsible for the death of his daughters and refused to give any damning testimony against his ex-wife. He was found dead in his cell just 2 months later. The coroner's report revealed toxic levels of cyanide in his blood and stomach, and his death was ruled a suicide. Adele Sorella was convicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder in July of 2013, but the conviction was overturned 4 years later, as it was ruled the trial judge had made errors when instructing the jury. Adele was released on bail for just over a year before her retrial commenced in February 2019. She was then found guilty on 2 counts of second-degree murder and rendered a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 10 years. Her earliest release date is March of 2029.
Yay! Sorry, they put me through a whole wind of emotions there, dude. That was fucking weird, man.